Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Present.
Mohammed.
Present.
Rivas.
Excused.
Roman.
Here.
Strano.
Here.
Blaine.
Here.
Medina.
Excused.
Hudak.
Here.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Okay, can we have approval of the public session minutes of February 21st, 2023?
Council President, I'd like to approve the minutes of the meeting and request a second.
Second.
Second. Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Blaine. Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we have several presentations this evening. We're going to start off with a proclamation declaring April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Okay, is there a representative here from CASA? Okay, would you please come to the podium, Mayor? Okay. So we have a proclamation here for Child Abuse Prevention Month, which is in April. Whereas the City of Linden in the state of New Jersey recognizes the problem of child abuse and neglect and is committed to helping its victims. And whereas court-appointed special advocates, CASA, of Union County recruits, trains, supports, and supervises community volunteers as advocates for children who have been removed from their homes due to neglect or abuse. And whereas CASA has a record of public service protecting the safety and well-being of Union County's foster children, defending them from harm and ensuring they are provided with the court-ordered services they need. And whereas CASA establishes and maintains effective relationships with the Family Court, the Division of Child Protection and Permanency, DCPP, Child Placement Review Board, Office of the Public Defender, Legal Aid, and other child-serving agency institutions in order to create a cooperative environment in which to best meet the needs of children. Now, therefore, I, Derek Armstead, Mayor of the City of Linden, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2023 as Child Abuse Prevention Month and also as Court-Appointed Special Advocate of Union County Month in the city, and urge all residents to become aware of the work and mission of CASA of Union County. Let it be known that we support the education efforts to raise awareness of the CASA program at the local level and the need for community members to provide a voice for the children in foster care. And it's signed by Mayor Derek Armstead. Okay, we have Heather here from CASA. Would you like to say a few words?
I won't say it all, I promise. I'll be quick. Heather, I'm an advocate supervisor at CASA of Union County. We want to thank you so much, Mayor and Council, for issuing this proclamation, bringing attention to CASA's mission to protect the best interests of local youth victims living in child welfare systems. This recognition is especially important now as April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, a time when working to further raise awareness about the youth we serve through blue flag displays, which Linden is hosting, along with other towns in Union County. When you see one, a sea of blue flags, we know each flag represents 4 youth in the child welfare system here at no fault of their own. It's critical these youth from birth to age 21 know we have their backs not just during April and Child Abuse Prevention Month, but every day. And asking towns to set up to host flags for the month is one way to remind these youth we see them, we hear them, and we support them during a time in their lives that should be relatively carefree. Not the reality they know. What they know is trauma, loss, and unknowns. Last but not least, we would like to thank your neighbors, our Linden volunteers, who I have one here with me tonight, Janet, who is actually one of my advocates that I supervise. We want to thank the local residents who step up to train as child advocates with CASA of Union County and volunteer each day in the trenches, working with a youth or sibling set to ensure their needs are met, best interests protected, and they have constant caring adult in their corner during a time when the door to their lives seems ever revolving. Among these residents here tonight, like I said, is CASA volunteer Janet Bowe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we get a picture. Janet, can you come up?
Yep. You know what? We so from a little bit. Yeah. Lisa. Yeah. Thank you for all you do.
Many of us come from good families, and we're very fortunate to have our families, and we're not subject to some of the things that happen. It's groups like this that advocate for those who are less fortunate than we are, and we really appreciate what you do, you know. So thank you for coming out this evening.
Okay, Mayor.
Okay.
Your next
Well-
presentation, Mayor, is going to be for the Linden High School varsity basketball team. They won
And
Group 4
all I can
North
say to
2
my
state
council members and
sectional.
colleagues here, they're lucky there's not a basketball game tonight because I wouldn't be here. No, I proclaim myself as Linden's biggest fan, but I'd probably have to fight Mark Manitza over that title. You know, no, we love our basketball, and I can say this. After a couple down seasons, I was very happy to say that Linden basketball is back in a big way. I want you all, you know, we all have our little things that we do. I happen to wear the same pair of underwear every time you play. Just I call them my good luck underwear. No, I'm just kidding. There was one time when they were playing, I just had this thought that if I wore the same suit, they were going to win. So if you guys, why does he wear that same suit all the time? It was my good luck suit, you know. But no, I'm very proud of these boys. They did a very good job. These young men. I mean, when you look at our team, and we don't have a lot of size, but I tell you, I have some of the grittiest, some of the toughest kids you ever want to have play basketball. They were out there this year, and we were so proud of them. You know, I can't start calling all your names off, but let me tell you something. Your mayor was so proud. Every time I went out to one of those basketball games, I was like, proud to be the mayor of Linden because of the way you guys conducted yourself on the courts, the way you guys played. You weren't just good players, you were always gentlemen, and that's something to be said in this type of environment that you're in and the environment that we're in. To be gentlemen and to be competitive at the same time is just it's a good attribute, and I'm so proud of you, I really am. Without any further ado, let me read this resolution that we have for you guys. It reads as follows. Whereas Linden basketball has had a long history steeped in many outstanding accomplishments, and the 2022-2023 Linden High School varsity boys basketball team is no exception. Whereas under the direction of Coach Anthony Dreha, the 2022-2023 Linden High School varsity basketball team had a very exciting and successful basketball season. And whereas the Linden High School varsity boys basketball team, through their hard work, achieved a record of 24 wins with only 7 losses, and were able to win the Group 4 North 2 State Sectional Championship. All right, you can applaud. Whereas the Linden High School basketball team was able to achieve these accomplishments with a dedicated team of staff under the guidance of Coach Anthony Dreha, assistant coaches Jeffrey Wade, Brian Bourgon, Desmond Wade, and Mike Campo, managers Asia Hickman, Eric Calderon, and Steve Dodge. And whereas Linden High School varsity basketball team 2022-2023 team roster consisted of Elijah Motley, Jalen Hodge, Naj Robinson, Hashim Nadir, Elijah Butler, Jakai Burnham, Idris Muhammad, Stephen Carty, Tequan Thomas, Samir Skipworth, Ashton Armstead, Darnell DeRoson, Jaleel Turner, Gregory Seabrook, and Shane Hargrove. Now, therefore, Mayor Derek Armstead and the members of the Linden City Council do hereby congratulate the Linden varsity boys basketball team and staff on their successful basketball season. This 2022-2023 basketball team and season will be remembered for many years. I'll certainly remember you. So you can all come up and take a picture with the mayor. Okay, we're going to take it to the stairs. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. We'll take it to the stairs. A lot easier. We'll go outside. We'll take it to the stairs. We'll be right back.
The mayor has 2 more presentations after this, so we'll continue as soon as he returns. Somebody's waving to you, Christine. Christine? Somebody's waving to you. Okay, thank you. She's going together. Yeah, these kids are sitting here like. Yeah. Okay. So Mayor coming back up, Councilwoman? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Christine. Okay. Okay. Mayor? Okay. You have two more presentations. Okay. Mayor, your next is a resolution for the Rawway Athletic Director.
Let's everybody
Tom- Yes.
if you want to. So we got Tom coming up. We got Tom Tenpenny.
Yes.
Is Tom Lewis, he still here?
Can we close the doors in the back, please? Can everyone please come in and take their seats so we can continue with the meeting? Okay. Can everyone please take their seats?
Could everyone please take your seats?
Okay, Mayor, your next resolution is for thanking the Rawway Athletic Director Thomas Lewis and his assistant Kevin Tenpenny. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a little inside scoop on these two guys. Even though they're from Rawway, when we play Rawway, they secretly root for Linden. No, listen, you know, in life you have to have friends, okay? When our gym was under repair, Tom Lewis gave us access to the Rawway Gymnasium. We played all our home games in Rawway, and his assistant, Kevin Tenpenny, you know, they're like family to us, basketball family. And we appreciate all they've done for us, and we have a resolution for them as well.
Please come up. Please come up by the mayor.
Come on up. The resolution is recognizing the Rawway Board of Education and staff members for their unselfish sharing of their facilities. It reads, whereas the Linden High School Gymnasium sustained water damage, rendering it unusable for practice and games by the Linden High School basketball teams. And whereas the Linden High School basketball teams, with their proud history, were in need of a facility capable of adequately providing a quality basketball court. And whereas the Rawway Board of Education, through its athletic director, Thomas Lewis, and its assistant athletic director, Kevin Tenpenny, stepped up in the spirit of cooperation and goodwill, and as a good neighbor, to provide their quality facility for use by all of the Linden High School teams. And whereas a gracious host, Mr. Lewis and Mr. Tenpenny, worked cooperatively to provide an acceptable schedule for the use of the Rollway facility, both for Linden's home games and practice sessions, including providing necessary security personnel. And whereas with the appropriate facilities, the Linden boys varsity team went on to have a 24-7 record and winning the Group 4 North 2 state sectional championship. And whereas the mayor and council of the city of Linden appreciates the unselfishness sharing of Rollway basketball facilities. Now therefore be resolved by Mayor Derek Armstead and the members of the Linden City Council that they express their appreciation to Thomas Lewis and Kevin Tenpenny for their efforts in fostering positive working relationships with the city of Linden in the scheduling and the use of the Rollway's facilities. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be placed in the minutes of the City Council of the City of Linden, and a copy be fittingly presented to Mr. Lewis and Mr. Tenpenny, and is being passed today, March 22nd, 2023, signed by Michelle Yamakaitis and myself, Derek Armstead. Passed today and approved tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I just want to steal a moment of your time because I think it's imperative for me to express our gratification, being the gratitude we're receiving. But I just want to tell a little story. 2 years ago, they had the hurricane that pretty much did enormous damage to the Linden Gymnasium. Athletic director at the time, Steve Vianna, was looking for facility usage, and it became an opportunity that myself as well as Kevin never really understood where this was going to take us. They basically had a program 2 years out that was in full-blown rebuilding. When Mayor Armstead says he's a fan, he, to me, reminds me of Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He thinks he owns the team. He goes to the games, he has a seat. There's so many different pieces to this puzzle. But little did we know we were going to have a fantastic relationship with the Linden basketball program. First of all, they have so many great pieces. The Wades, basically Anthony Dredger, the head coach. Crazy story. I want you to understand just a second about us, because it's not about us. It's about Linden basketball. Kevin Tenpenny and myself were the executive, co-executive director of the Union County Interscholastic Association in New Jersey. What does that mean? We're in charge of 22 high schools. There's 22 high schools in Union County. Go all the way up to Summit, all the way down to Elizabeth. We represent every tournament in the county. I can't tell you the experience that I witnessed. We had a few games at ALJ in Clark. We played a few at Kane University, and the majority at Rollway High School. I didn't realize a lot of different things in my experience of having a long journey to county and knowing all the high schools and all the programs, that knowing Linden basketball forever has been good. It's been a powerhouse. As a former coach, I'll probably get in trouble when I go down St. George Avenue, but as a former Rollway coach, I used to tell our players, don't be afraid, because I am. That's how good Linden was, how they came out and played. But I'm going to talk about basically other pieces. Mark, Gary Manutza. They're the backbone, they're the heart of the program. They die, they bleed, they support this program. They are Linden basketball. Mayor Armstead showed me an enormous amount of what it really meant. You know, people in life can talk the talk, walk the walk, see it. You want Linden basketball? 3 years ago, 4-11, all that good stuff, they were on the bottom. Then they have to lose a gym and come in all around the county, not having a home court advantage. And in basketball, the number one thing you need is a home court advantage. Linden supports their basketball. They come out. Coach Dreza, took a team that lost in a sectional final, being a road team all over the place, going to different gyms. In the meantime, I fell in love with the Linden basketball program. Those young men have three qualities that every time I talk to them, and this is the only thing I want in life at this stage, respect. I want respect. And guess what? They gave it to me every day, every night. That's what I say about them. I was excited to be part of it. They have these qualities. I know all those guys. I know every one of those guys. They know me. They're loaded with character. Forget respect. It's a given. Everybody wants to be an athlete. Everybody can't. It's a gift from the good Lord up above. It's a God gift. They got it over there. Basically, Mayor Armstead said, didn't have a lot of size. It's the O-line. It's not how big the dog is, it's how much fight's in the dog. They had a lot of fight. They turned around, took Newark East Side out, a real good team. Franklin, a real good team. That's what they did. Character, God-given ability, and the thing I like the best about those guys, humility. They were humble. They didn't act it, they didn't carry on. I watched them in losses and wins. And you know what they have? The character of what it says in the Bible, humility. Learn humility. That group has it. And guess what? The work's not finished. A lot of guys that are going back as sophomores and juniors, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, he had a big part, he had a big part. You know what a big part? Right behind me. Basically, the Manutzes, the coaches, they cared. With all the problems we got in this country, it was a breath of fresh air to watch them play, watch how they acted. And trust me, I watched when they lost. I watched that too. You find a whole lot in winning and losing. And I'm going to say this to Linden basketball. I'm going to finish on this. You got so much support and you don't know it. In life, it's about a hook. Who's helping you? Who do you go to when you get jammed up? Some people go on their knees and pray. But in life, there's different people we need. You got great support, Linden basketball. You guys know the O-line. I got this. And I say this for the mayor. He don't go to basketball games to watch. He goes because he loves the entertainment of his city. The Manutzes, you're married to it. God bless you. Coaches, continue where your journey takes you. And you know what you're going to do? You're taking the full Monty next year. You're going to win it all. Linden basketball, congratulations. And thank you, council and mayor.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Like I said, Linden basketball is back.
Yep.
Now,
Hey, Mayor. Next, we have another sport, soccer. We have certificates of recognition for the Upper 90 Soccer Academy.
Now, when I was coming up, we talked about soccer, and we didn't have too much soccer going on in the city. But soccer is a growing sport in Linden. Each year, I'm watching more and more teams, more and more children get involved, and we're actually starting to win some soccer tournaments now. Who would ever thought? So now we have the Upper 90s Soccer Academy of Linden, and I think Coach Allen said we won, what, 5 years in a row?
We have been doing this since 2021.
Okay.
That's pretty much.
But you won five.
Well, we won three winter league, and we won one EDT league, and one state indoor tournament.
Well, everybody, we can count. We won 5. And that's to be commended. I mean, again, and these are young people, and like I said, soccer is becoming a huge sport internationally, and it's nice to see that Linden is taking a part in that also. And I think in years to come, don't be surprised. You start seeing us at the higher levels. We're going to start winning some championship games at the high school level because we got this young feeder system that's now in place now. And these young people really enjoy the game, and they can play. So without any further ado, we want to give out awards to, we have Adrian Zakorski. Oh, I think I got two here. Hold on, Adrian, hold on. I told my secretary to make a list, but, okay, it's Adrian, there you go, sir. Thank you, sir. You can stand here, we're gonna take a picture. Well, no, I think we're gonna take a picture downstairs. We have Martin Britton. Casper Delicat. David Cahiga. David Humala. Is David here? No? Okay. He's not here. Okay. Jaden Martinez. Here you go, Jaden. Jeremiah Ganuza. He's not here also. Jesus Ocampo. Jordy Rodriguez. Here you go, sir. Josu Andreas. There you go. Kelvin Martinez. Patrick Bator. Samuel Pitts. Samuel Landeverd. And last but certainly not least, Stephen Pajaro. Hold on, it looks like two. Is there two here? Hold on. No, we have one more. It looks like Alexander Joel Andahar. He's not here also? Okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our future soccer champions of Linden. Okay, congratulations all. Now I think we're going to go down and take a picture. Can you take a We're going to go
Okay, Mayor, if you want to,
take a picture, okay?
yes. Okay. Okay, this is also, we're going to continue with the official business of the meeting. Anybody that wants to be excused now, thank you for coming, supporting our Linden sports.
I forgot to congratulate the coach, Alex Moreja.
Yeah.
We're going to call him Big Al from now on.
Okay, we're going to now move on to ordinances on hearing. Okay, we're just waiting. We're missing 2 council members. Lisa went to take a picture. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, yes. Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 67-5.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, Administration of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 7, Boards, Committees, and Commissions, is hereby amended and supplemented. Add new 2-68, Emergency Management Council as follows, Section 1, 2-68, Emergency Management Council.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 67-5. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-6, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 3, Police Regulations, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 3, Police Regulations, Sections 3-23.3, Towing and Storage. Schedule of services and fees shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 3-23.3 in its entirety. Add new Section 3-23.3 as follows. 3-23.3, Schedule of services and fees.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 67-6. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Yemakite, Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-7.
An ordinance establishing establishing calendar year 2023 cap bank.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 67-7, adopted, and ask for second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-8, please.
Bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 66-30, finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Linden, New Jersey, on May 17th, 2022.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 67-8, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 67-9.
A bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $594,550 for various capital acquisitions and improvements for the Division of Public Works and authorizing the issuance of $564,822 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move that we close the hearing on ordinance number 67-9. The ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-10, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $55,000 for master plan for various city parks for and by the City of Linden, and authorizing the issuance of $52,250 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Thank you, Council President. I make a motion to move ordinance 67-10 and close this ordinance and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-11, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,985,500 for the acquisition of a tower ladder with equipment for the fire department for and by the City of Linden, and authorizing the issuance of $1,886,225 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 67-11. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-12.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33, Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A, Handicap Parking on the Street, add 1124 Hollywood Road, 1 space.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on 67-12, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6713. Ordinance 6713.
Council President,
Oh,
I'd like to make
and
a
o-
motion.
Go ahead.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to table this particular ordinance until our April meeting.
Okay. Can we have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6714.
An ordinance approving the application for a long-term tax exemption and authorizing the execution of a final agreement with Structured Operations Urban Renewal LLC.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Yes, please come up and state your name.
Hi, Lisa Fabrizio. Am I allowed to ask a question? I'm just wondering.
Could you hold on 1 second? Could you, Keith, could you please turn that around?
Turn it around?
He's gonna.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
It's heavy.
And Mr. Pressey, could you please just put those certificates on the table? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Please
sorry about
state your name and address for the record.
Lisa Fabrizio, 2635 Northwood Ave. What service does Urban, I can't find it. Urban Renewal, what services Urban Renewal provide, and why are they tax exempt?
Okay,
Council President, may I can give a decent overview of this.
okay.
This is a long-term tax exemption, which is kind of standard with development anywhere in the state, let alone the city. This is specifically for 750 West Edgar Road, which is on the Legacy Square property in the 6th Ward. It's for a Holiday Inn.
Okay.
In order to spur development, in the past, the City of Linden and every other municipality in the state goes into a pilot program so that an entity like this knows what they're going to be paying for the next 30 years in their taxes, which in this case, it's $250,000 a year per year, and then it goes up 2% every year. A total of about $6 million over 30 years. Currently, that property is probably generating 10 grand a year, if anything. They're going to put a Holiday Inn there.
Okay.
So essentially, that's what this is, and this is the City Council approving that application.
Okay, thank you.
And, oh, I'm sorry, it was 7.5, just got handed a piece of paper. It's 7.56 million over 30 years.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Does anyone else wishes to be heard on? Yes, please. Okay, please just state your name and address.
John Kaiser, 23 West Monticello Avenue. You explained most of it. We've talked about this, Councilman Roman. So now we know it's a Holiday Inn. So it's another long-term tax exemption, and it's being said that this is the way we're moving forward from now on, right? Pilot program, payment in lieu of taxes. I don't know. I guess time will tell with how these are going. So this is going to be like, so I don't know, rudimentary math, like fifth or sixth property now that, or maybe even more. I guess this is just the way we're moving. I attended the seminar they had at Gregorio Center, and they explained about it, that you can't attract any development anymore without these payment in lieu of taxes. Is this, yes? True?
So I'll just say it like this, not that I have been against many pilots on this council before, and I voted no on a lot of them. But if a developer, say John Kaiser LLC, is trying to get development to build 10 units, you get, what the city says to you, in law, this is what you're going to pay for the next 30 years. And then you show a bank, this is what it's going to cost me to build those 10 units. The bank is much more likely to give you the financing in order to accomplish that, because they know you're going to fill those 10 units.
Got it.
And that's thus, it expands the city's portion of what they've been getting previously. They get
Got it.
more. You know that. You know this. I'm trying to explain this for the people here that don't know that. But obviously, there are some downsides at sometimes, and that's for everyone to weigh.
So all of the properties that we have on these long-term exemptions so far, they're everyone's up to date, like everyone's paid up, like yeah, it's all good. Okay. Real quick though, the one you tabled is the one I actually had a question on. It's been years. That's the D's dugout property.
It's on this one only, sir.
What?
We're only speaking about
You're
this
not
one.
allowed, because you tabled it, we're not allowed to speak on it now?
You can come up in the public portion if you'd like.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, because it's been going on for years. I was at a planning board meeting in 2019. I'm just curious what it's amended now and how long it's going to go on. Like, the property's been laying dormant for a while. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on 67-14, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
No.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6715, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,241,900 for various capital improvements for the Division of Transportation and Properties, and authorizing the issuance of $1,179,805 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay. Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion for ordinance 6715 and ask to close the hearing and ask to adopt and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. We have items number 1 through 6. Does any council member wish to remove an item? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to move items 1 through 6 and ask for adoption and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to reports from the governing body. Okay, I just want to announce this is Women's History Month, and on our resolutions this evening, we have resolutions honoring some women from Linden, Danny Orlean Armstead, Kellyanne Koziel, Laura Sissy Sasarek, Rebecca Karen Statoli, and Barbara Greco Brady. They will be honored for their contributions to the City of Linden for Women's History Month by the Cultural and Heritage Committee. Okay, they're on for resolutions this evening. There's gonna be a tea, which Councilwoman Orman will speak more about during her report, but we'd like to congratulate them on their accomplishments. Okay, Councilwoman Orman?
Thank you, Council President. I'm just going to piggyback right off of that first, before I go into my other reports. But yes, it is our great pleasure to honor outstanding women in our community every year who have made a contribution, not only to the city, but to the lives of those that are around them. These women are phenomenal women. Names don't have to be repeated again, but they know who they are and they know what they have done. So this month, which is National Women's History Month, we not only want to pay homage to them, but to every woman who has made a significant impact in the lives of those around them. Congratulations, women. We are here to stay. I'm going to also just go over my budget review and finance report, and then the traffic report, and then close with just a little housekeeping. Okay, approval is requested for the following finance items. The payment of bills totaling $2,605,979.72. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investment made by the city treasurer for the month of February at the rate of 3.1%. I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
I have to abstain?
Blaine.
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
The City of Linden, Division of Transportation and Properties, I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of February 2023. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections total $1,409. New York side collections, $1,029. Railroad credit card transactions, $29,494.82. Nothing for railroad permits and nothing for online railroad permits. Parking meter collections, $1,046.10. Merchant permits, $2,625. The grand total of $43,545.05 submitted by Tyrone L. Gibbons, Traffic Maintenance Supervisor. Now, just for a little teeny housekeeping, and it's something that's a pet peeve of mine, spring is here, and we have got to slow down in our neighborhoods. It's not just people that are coming through traveling in Linden, it's the people that live here also, that seem to think that certain streets, because there are no stop signs, are the Autobahn. It's not. I've seen too many accidents happen because people aren't adhering to four-way stop signs, and it's such a rush to get somewhere. I've seen fences taken down on corners of residents that have their children playing in their backyard. We have to slow it down. We don't play chicken on the road. If you see somebody coming and the road is too narrow, yield to that pedestrian, to that traffic that's coming through. Everybody's in such a rush. We're going to hurt somebody. So please be careful. The weather is getting warm. You're going to see more children on their bikes and on skateboards and balls running into streets. Just slow it down, please, for the sake of everyone. That's pretty much the only horrible thing that I see going on in the community. The First Ward is rocking. Everything seems to be going well. Let's just keep it that way. And my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. Starting with the fire report here, as chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of February 2023, a total of $16,708.44. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $59,881.74 for February 2023 have been added to the total deposits for 2023 totaling $140,145.80. As a liaison to the Board of Health, I'd like to report that the National Public Health Week is April 3rd to April 9th. And the Health Department will be holding an open house on Tuesday, April 4th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the JTG Recreation Center. During the open house, Health Department staff, including our nurses, inspectors, outreach team, and clerks, will be available to speak with the public about the work they do and answer any questions. The nurses will also be providing free blood pressure readings, and there will be free giveaways. Everyone in our community is welcome. Now, this is a very important item here, that there's a new lead hazard evaluation program for pre-1978 residential rental properties that just went into effect. In compliance with the recently enacted Public Law 2021, Chapter 182, the Board of Health has established a lead-based paint hazard evaluation program as required by this law. The law specifically imposes an obligation on municipalities to perform or hire a certified lead evaluation contractor to perform lead hazard evaluations in all residential rental dwellings constructed prior to 1978, including single-family homes, multiple-family homes, and apartment buildings. As required by state law, the Board of Health ordinance, property owners of residential rental dwellings must register both the owner information and tenant information with the Health Department, and must have at least one lead hazard evaluation conducted at the dwelling prior to July 2nd, 2024. A lead hazard evaluation guide from the Department of Community Affairs explaining the recent laws and this program have been added to the Health Department's homepage on the city website, and this page can be found by going to the City of Linden website at linden-newjersey.gov, going to the Health tab at the top of the page and selecting Department homepage, or by going directly to linden-newjersey.gov/directory/health-department. Property owners can contact the Health Department to schedule the required lead hazard evaluation with their department, or they can hire their own lead evaluation contractor to conduct the required evaluation and then file a lead safe or lead-free certificate with the Health Department afterwards. Failure to comply with the new laws can result in legal action, so we encourage all owners of residential rental properties that were constructed prior to 1978 to contact the Health Department at 908-474-8409 at their earliest opportunity and ask to speak with the lead hazard clerk. Also, as a reminder, rabies vaccination clinics will be May 1st, 10th, and 20th. On Monday, May 1st, 3 to 5 p.m. at Fire Station 3 at 1205 Elizabeth Avenue. Wednesday, May 10th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Fire Station 1 at 302 Southwood Avenue, and Saturday, May 20th, 10 to 2 p.m. at Fire Station 2 at 302 West St. George Avenue. The clerk's office will also have a staff on hand at each of the clinics to process both new and renewal dog licenses. Good evening, everyone. So recently, I received calls regarding the restoration of West Price Street, especially the Lumber Street area. We are awaiting the gas and water company who was responsible for the repaving. In the meantime, we will be filling the potholes as the weather permits, so just bear with us on this. We got to go by that. But it's going to be done. I know a lot of people have asked me about it. It's got a lot of problems right now, a lot of holes, but we have to wait for the water and gas company because they are contracted to do it. Also, ongoing issue in the ward is pet waste. Please pick up after walking your pet. As a homeowner or tenant, if you need a sign on your property to remind the public to pick up after their pet, let me know. And one last thing, the city is also addressing the light industrial area on West Price Street heading towards Rawway. It seems it has become a staging area for truckers. who are emptying their personal garbage on our streets. So we're gonna get right to that. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. As always, additional information can be found on our City of Linden website. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javick. Councilwoman Caldwell?
Thank you, Council President. As the Chair of Code and Construction, the department has issued 235 permits, processed 35 certificates, and generated $284,979 for the month of February. There are upcoming new projects that will be Wawa stores on Park Avenue and Legacy Square. In the Superfresh parking lot, there's going to be a new Dunkin' Donuts at Legacy Square, where the Super Walmart is at. There's going to be a Holiday Inn Express, a Blue Sunday restaurant, Diamond Braces, and currently there is a AFC Urgent Care now open in Legacy Square. They're also going to be opening a dental office in May of 2023 in Legacy Square. So there's a lot of upcoming projects. Linden is growing. There has been $11,000 allocated to the Third Ward to fix the sidewalks, and that's a work in progress. There has also been a senior grant program for senior citizens making a certain amount of money where they can get a grant for $10,000. This is approved by the Union County Community Development Full Committee meeting, and the number where you can reach them is 732-507-2004. As for the IT, I'm the IT chair. There's no new projects at the current time, but the key card swipe change, the range camera system, the Dobson Park camera system should be installed in April. The inventory system for all hardware has been updated. There's been replacement computers. There's going to be a Windows 11 upgrade and firewall replacements. I just want to say, if you need to reach out to me, you know I'm always a call, text, email away. My number is 908-531-0676. I can be emailed at mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.org. And that concludes my report.
Thank you,
Council
Councilwoman Caldwell. Councilman Mohammed?
Council President, good evening, friends and neighbors. I'm looking forward to, I'm sure you are too, to springtime weather and continuous progress, such as color coding in the Martin Luther King Park. Please continue to reach out to me at 908-463-4843. And stay well, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. Over the next couple weeks and 2 months, I will be walking through Wheeler Park with our new commissioner from Linden, as well as other county executives. There's been a bit of a turnover there. So every single spring, I walk Wheeler Park with some sort of county officials and ask them to kind of do preventative maintenance in order to keep the park in shape. Because if you ignore some certain spots during the bloom in the spring, they get out of control in the summer, and you can't even have a chance of making it better at that point. So I'm expecting to do that. If anyone has any suggestions, or I know there's some graffiti in the park they're going to take care of that they're already aware of, just throw them my way, please. So I'm excited to be able to do that. We're also going to do spring cleanup this year again, and we're also, right now, the Sixth Ward garage sale is scheduled for June 10th. However, there have been a couple asks of me to do it sooner so people can get a garage sale. So I was possibly going to see if I can change that. So please stay tuned to that. I've asked traffic to take a closer look at some of our trouble streets in the Sixth Ward, as I call them. These are Woodlawn, Clinton, which is the Clinton Speedway at this point. West Stimson and West Munsell, cars fly down here, so there will be increased patrols, and also we're having a lot of increased truck traffic on Woodlawn, going through some of our side streets, like East 12th, East 11th, taking down wires. It's seemingly a constant problem, but it's getting worse. So if one of these trucks go down this street, it's $1,000 to $1,500 light traffic ticket, and they are going to give them. So if you know any truckers, tell them to stay away from that area. One last thing, as a member of our fire committee, I'm really happy that we just passed an ordinance, or we're passing an ordinance to buy a new Pierce fire truck ladder. Although the price has exponentially gone up over the last couple of years due to COVID and everything going up, I'm really proud that this purchase is finally happening. Our current ladder is aging, and it's never been more important to adequately train and give our fire department the equipment they need to stay safe. And this fire ladder is going to go a long way. And I know it's basically a couple year build to build a ladder like this, but I can't wait to crack some champagne on it with you there, Chief, and the rest of the fire committee. With that, my phone number is 908-494-5784. On a personal note, I know council said this last month, I really just want to thank everyone who came out to my birthday fundraiser, and also some of the sixth warders that came to my wedding last Saturday and reached out and gave me all well wishes. I appreciate you, and it's my honor to serve you. So thank you, Council President. That concludes my report.
Yes, Councilman, and congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your recent
Thank you.
nuptials.
She's asking me if I'm coming home yet right now.
Wait.
I think this is
All I
gonna
can
be a
say is
trend.
wait.
Yeah,
Okay, Councilman Strano?
I don't know if, am I supposed to offer congratulations or condolences?
Be nice, Councilman.
Congratulations, John.
Your wife is watching.
I know. So, therefore, I speak such. Anyway, real quick, confidential personnel report. Number one in the police department is the approving a promotion of Lieutenant Robert Sanchez to police captain effective April 1st of 2023 at the salary of $173,272. B is approving the promotion of Sergeant Joseph Rivera to police lieutenant effective April 1st, 2023 at the annual salary of $143,761. C is approving the promotion of police officer John Condora to police sergeant effective April 1st, 2023 at the salary of $122,626. 2, in the fire department, A is to approve the promotion of Lieutenant Kevin Schulhafer to provisional fire captain effective April 1st of 2023 at the annual rate of $137,056. B is approving the promotion of firefighter Eric Turon to fire lieutenant effective April 1st of 2023 at the annual salary of $119,410. 3, in the recreation department, approving the salary adjustment for Stacy De Silva to receive a $5,000 increase for her additional duties. B is approving the amended work hours of Andre Pearson and Amanda Williams not to exceed 25 hours per week effective March 22nd of 2023. Approving the temporary appointment of Bail Cadet as a recreation leader omnibus driver at the rate of $21 per hour not to exceed 35 hours per week effective March 28th of 2023. Subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. D is approving the change in title for Sequia Carrillo to Clerk 1, retroactive March 1st, 2023, at no change in salary. E is approving the appointment of Letitia Davis, part-time Clerk 1, not to exceed 25 hours per week at the annual rate of $18.98 per hour, effective April 10th of 2023, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 4, in the Department of Community Services, the Division of Public Works, approving the resignation not in good standing of Harry Martinez, laborer, effective February 27, 2023. B is approving the resignation in good standing of Nicholas Plummer, mechanic helper, effective March 6, 2023. C is approving posting for the position of a truck driver in Public Works at the salary range of $21 to $31.72 per hour. D is approving the posting for the position of a laborer in Public Works at the salary range of $18 to $28.30 per hour. E is approving the resignation not in good standing of Miguel Jordan, truck driver, effective February 23rd of 2023 F is approving the posting of a mechanics helper at the salary range of $18 to $41.72 per hour. G is approving the appointment of Michael Plonsky, provisional mechanic, Tier 2 in Public Works at the annual rate of $27 per hour, and it's effective April 10th of 2023, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. The city grants Mr. Plonsky a residency waiver. In the Division of Purchasing, A is approving the title change for Kelly Freeze to purchasing assistant at the annual salary of $46,500, and that's effective March 22nd of 2023. 6 is in the Division of Personnel, FMLA, approval of the list is on file in the Personnel Department. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to congratulate Patrolman Robert, we're going to start with John Condor, the police sergeant, Joseph Rivera, to lieutenant, and Robert Sanchez, the police captain. I think they're here. Please stand. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
I know you'll do us proud. Also, later on, well, actually, it was on the consent agenda. I want to congratulate retirements for Danny Oleski, General Supervisor in DPW, Officer Thomas Toth in the Police Department, and Captain Christopher Ward in the Fire Department. Congratulations, fellas, and wish you well in your retirement. That concludes my report at this time, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Councilman Blaine?
Thank you, Council President. And good evening to all the Linden residents. Just give a brief report on Parks and Recreation. Very enthused that the new director of Parks and Recreation is implementing a host of events and bringing new life to that department. Just to give you a few, he's put a team party together that's going to happen on April 14th. June 3rd, there will be a fishing derby, so it's time to come back outside, and there's plenty of programs for the kids to get off the games, get out of the house, and come back, and let's go outside and enjoy each other again. There's 15 concerts to starting at June 2nd, so we're enthused about that. I'm also enthused about the new director is implementing something for the seniors, and he's going to have a senior exercise day for some of the seniors to get out and let that blood get to moving around. He's also have, at the request of the seniors, there is an Atlantic City bus ride on 4/11. So if you know of anyone who's interested, please have them contact the website and join up, because it's just going to be a wonderful event. And we're also trying to improve the registration of soccer, PAL, basketball, and summer camp registration has begun. So again, now's the time to get involved. Let's get outside as a community. And that will be all I have on that one. Speaking of the Fourth Ward, we understand the issues that are going on Beale, and that's with the test well, and the streets are caving in. We've spoke to the engineer, and my understanding is that the people who did the initial test well refurbishing or replacement didn't do a good job, so they'll be contacted to redo that, and hopefully that will fix that problem. For everyone in the 8th Ward over on East Baltimore, I know you see a lot of trucks, a lot of pipes over there. They are fixing the water mains throughout the city. They're just storing that equipment there, so just bear with us as we improve the quality of life throughout the entire city. So let's just deal with that inconvenience as we improve the water system. Good news is we will be getting some new paint striping on the bridge of Park Avenue. They'll redo the striping in the middle and of both crosswalks on each side of this Elizabeth, and I forget the other name of the street, but the bridge on Park Avenue will be getting new paint as soon as the weather permits. One bit of news about the new businesses that come into Linden, as we welcome new business, and we really invite new businesses here in Linden, but we ask that they come and don't inconvenience the residents. I had to speak to one business because the garbage container keeps floating out into the street, so as residents come, it's really blocking the view, and the owners were really nice, the managers were really nice, and they going to work with us so that we're not inconvenienced, and that, again, we continue to improve our quality of life. I want to say that, unfortunately, we had to reschedule our 4th Ward meeting. It was going to be held on 4/1. We're going to push that back a couple of weeks, and as soon as we secure a location, we'll be putting that information out. One last note I just want to make, that although, and I know this is a very touchy subject, and if I run out of time, please spare me an extra minute. I know marijuana is legal. The weather's getting nice, but it's not legal.
Legal marijuana is legal.
It's not,
Legal marijuana is legal.
but,
You said marijuana is legal.
yeah, legal marijuana, you're absolutely correct. Legal marijuana is legal, but it's not to be enjoyed freely in the community. So let's be mindful of that. Share that with your family. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to say thank you to the Linden Superior Officers Association and to the Linden PBA 42. They provided lunch and the much-needed support to Linden Public Schools, particularly McManus, School Number 4, and School Number 10, during our time of loss. So we greatly appreciate all of that, and their presence, that was also very appreciative and very supportive for us. And also Ramadan Kareem to those who celebrate. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Mayor, before you begin, I just had an addition. I was just texted that we have a fishing derby June 3rd for Hofnod. That's hooked on fishing, not on drugs. So we'll find more information on our website with the times. So if you have children interested in joining the fishing derby, again, that's going to be June 3rd. Okay, Mayor, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Council President. First, I'll start my report off by congratulating Captain Sanchez on his promotion, and Lieutenant Joseph Rivera and Sergeant John Cordera. I should say Captain Robert Sanchez. Okay, get it right. Well, thank you guys. You've all deserve it. You're all very hard workers. I've watched you guys in action for quite some time, and I think you're all going to do very well in your new positions, okay? And I know policing is not an easy job, and managing police officers is not an easy job either. So, but I'm confident you all will do a great job. Thank you for all you do. I'd like to also congratulate our fire promotions, as Kevin Schulhafer to fire captain and Eric Teran to lieutenant. Again, they're both deserving of their positions. They've done a great job, and again, these positions aren't just given to people. They earn them and they deserve them. I think I'm going to talk about the budget. I've talked about it every month now for the last 2 council sessions. As you all know, and I think we discussed it, that the state health care benefits, the increase was what I would first say was detrimental to our budget, but we worked very hard, Alexis, myself, members of the Finance Committee, and we got the increase down to $5.60 a month per house that's assessed at $135,000. Am I correct, Alexis? Okay. And that took some tremendous some tremendous work, a lot of work to get us down to that number. And as I said in the past, you know, people often questioned why I was getting involved in Board of Education elections and, you know, my involvement. And so now, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, the involvement has actually paid off. Because realizing that we were faced with a tax increase, I began communicating this message to the Board of Education and their finance department. And what they did is was almost unthinkable. What they did was lowered the tax levy by $2 million for the city of Linden. So once again, the residents of Linden are not going to see any tax increases Again, I'm sad to say that we have to raise it $5.60 or $60 per year. But I think with the help of the Board of Education, this is a most noble action, and I'm very thankful that we can, again, tell our residents that they can see a level or no tax increase in their city again. And I think that's what we're here for. And it's a typical example of when two branches of government can work together and accomplish and achieve what I think is an outstanding goal. So just want to make sure we talk about that. The residents need to know that government can collaborate, two branches, and we can move things forward. All right, let me move on with some other things. Earlier this evening, I heard there was some talk about pilots, and I just want everybody to realize, you know, it's those very pilot payments that came to our rescue when the governor hit us with this increase. It's those pilot agreements, that extra income, that extra revenue that allowed myself and the finance department to put together a budget that was not overbearing to our residents. So pilots are very good. It creates this, when a developer wants to come into your town and they ask for a pilot, banks look at that stability. No bank wants to loan money knowing that taxes are going to go through the roof. So pilots enable developers to have a certain tax rate for 10 years, increases another amount for the next 10 years, and will increase again in the final 10 years. And what that does, it creates that stability. So usually by time the 30 years are up, the property is usually paid for, and at that time, the city will receive total taxes, and the developers can withstand, you know, whatever type of expenses they would incur at that time. So it's a good concept and it works. I'll talk a little bit about the things that are going on in town. Last Friday, we had a ribbon cutting at Little Havana's. It's where the old fathers and sons used to be, along with Little Havana, I'm saying, Little Havana. It's where the old father and sons used to be, and there used to be a Savannah's there at one time. It's located at 10 East Blanky Street. My staff, and some members from the City Hall went over, and I can tell you the food and coffee were very good, and we want our residents to come out and support our new establishments so that they can survive and make it in our town. I think the food's excellent. Also, earlier this month, we had a ribbon cutting at a place called AFC Urgent Care. It's down in our Legacy Square shopping center on Route 1 and 9. It's good that our residents have several multi-care and medical treatment facilities that they can go to. You all know how troubling it can be if you go to the hospital and you have to sit there for, you know, for extended periods of time and not being treated. So these urgent care facilities are definitely a good thing for our residents. My staff and I had a meeting today with the folks from the new FedEx warehouse at 2525 Brunswick Avenue. And I have to say they're moving very quickly. They plan to have this facility operational by the summer, and the project is projected to produce almost 300 jobs while working in conjunction with our Linden First program. Earlier this evening, you guys may have heard about Ordinance 67-14 on hearing. It's been in the works for years now. It's been delayed to a pandemic. This ordinance will provide North Star Hospitality, a pilot program to jumpstart the Holiday Inn Express, which will be located at Route 1 and 9, in between the Cantor property and the Legacy Square property. The pilot program, if approved, this hotel will generate the city $8.37 million versus, that's over 30 years, versus what we would have received was only $800,000 if the project wasn't built. Ordinance 67-28 is for the sale of a city-owned property formerly known as the Park Plastic property. This is another project that has been lingering for years, and we're happy to announce that the developer, Lionheart, has agreed to pay the city $700,000 and also will pay for the remediation, whereas they plan to build 8 two-family houses there. And we took into consideration our council president who lives in the 8th Ward, and we didn't want to overburden that area with a large development, so we decided to go with smaller units, which we think will work out just fine there. Both of our Wawas are also finally moving ahead. Located on the corner of Park Avenue and Route 1 and 9, along with the Legacy Square location. We anticipate that both will be operational by fall of this year, in 2023. I'm ready to have some Wawa sandwiches and save a couple bucks on some gas. And speaking of Legacy Square, we anticipate that our LA Fitness located at Legacy Square may be operational by May of this year, just in time for our summer residents. And I think some of us on council could afford to pay a visit to LA Square. At least I know I need to. So, so anyway, guys, that's the end of my report. Thank you all for coming to council meeting this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Strano, you had additional thing to add?
Yeah, thanks, Council President. Gentlemen, my apologies. I didn't do this on purpose. It was just a mission that wasn't meant to be. I want to congratulate our, as the mayor has said, Lieutenant Kevin Schulhafer to Fire Captain and firefighter Eric Toronto, Fire Lieutenant. If you gentlemen are here, would you please stand up and congratulate you? Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. This evening, we have resolutions 2023-137 through 2023-176. Okay, can we have a motion to approve those resolutions, please?
Council President, I make a motion to approve resolutions 2023-137 through resolutions 2023-176 and ask for a second.
Second.
Okay.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to ordinances on first reading. Okay, we have ordinance number 6716.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2 Administration of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Chapter 2 Administration, Article 7 Policies and Procedures is hereby amended and supplemented. Delete Section 2-69.7 Recreation Fees in its entirety, add new Section 2-69.7.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6716, please?
Council President, I moved ordinance number 67-16 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6717, please.
Bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 6643, finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Linden on July 19th, 2022.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6717, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 67-17 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6718, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $59,400 for the acquisition of a Ford F-250 sports utility vehicle with plow and power liftgate for the Division of Transportation and Properties, and authorizing the issuance of $56,430 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Ordinance, I move 6718 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6719, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $110,000 for the acquisition of a passenger van for the Division of Vehicle Maintenance, and authorizing the issuance of $104,500 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
I move 6719 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6720, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $137,500 for the acquisition of firefighting equipment and personal protective equipment for the fire department and authorizing the issuance of $130,625 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-20 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6721, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $140,800 for the acquisition of various items of capital equipment for the Division of Public Works and authorizing the issuance of $133,760 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6721, please?
Yeah, I move 6721 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6722, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $715,000 for various park improvements for the Department of Parks and Recreation and authorizing the issuance of $617,500 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I move for ordinance number 67-22 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6723, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $858,000 for the acquisition of various items of capital equipment for the police department and authorizing the issuance of $815,100 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce 67-23 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6724, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street. Add 130 Cedar Avenue, 1 space, 404 Helen Street, 1 space, 632 Middlesex Street, 1 space, 620 Pierce Avenue, 1 space, and 1521 Winans Avenue, 1 space.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I'd make a motion to introduce 67-24 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6725, please.
Ordinance amending the redevelopment plan for Block 254, lots 1 through 10 pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 at sequence.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce 67-29 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6726, please.
Ordinance amending Chapter 2-25 entitled Department of Community Services by the City Council of the City of Linden, This is creating the Division of Information Technology in the Department of Community Services.
Okay, could I have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I make a motion to introduce ordinance 6726 and ask for a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6727, please.
An ordinance amending the City of Linden Code of Ordinances to repeal Chapter 26 Flood Damage Prevention, Article 1, Flood Damage Prevention, and to adopt a new Chapter 26 Flood Damage Prevention, Article 1, Floodplain Management Regulations, to adopt flood hazard maps, and to designate a floodplain administrator and providing for the severability and the effective date.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I move ordinance 6727 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6728, please.
An ordinance authorizing the execution of a redevelopment and sale agreement between Lionheart Development LLC and the City of Linden regarding property located at 940 South Park Avenue, Block 496, Lot 3, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 at sequence.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, could I have a motion to introduce 6728 and ask for a second?
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay. We have an additional ordinance that was added on for introduction this evening, number 6729.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street, add 116 East Morris Avenue, one space.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce 67-29 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano? Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to the public comment portion of the meeting. From comments from the members of the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes, please. Okay, we'll start with, I believe it's Jacqueline Isler, okay?
Good
Please
evening.
state your name
My
and
name
address
is
for the
Jacqueline
record.
Isler.
Yes.
I live at 425 Helen Street.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I am also represented here today by some of our fellow Linden Republican Committee members. We lost a few due to the length of the meeting. However, I do want to be clear and make note that we are here to represent all Linden residents, as the issue at hand is a bipartisan one. According to the Federal Railroad Commission, approximately every 2 weeks, a train carrying hazardous materials derails in the United States of America. In our research, we have come to learn that faulty or missing cross ties beams perpendicular to rails, along with rail debris on the tracks, are the #1 reason for all derailments. With this, and specifically in speaking about our 7th Ward Tremblay Point tracks, which transports industrial toxic chemicals every day through our city, including the approximate 75 tankers sitting full on the Linden Avenue tracks, which should appear to be hidden from you. However, in our investigation, they are equipped with placards indicating they are loaded with 1075 liquid petroleum gas. what we would like to bring is transparency and awareness to the dangers of these trains in our community, as well as ensuring proper hazard mitigation measures and plans are in place to deal with a disaster. That is why we are here, and that's what we are advocating for today. If permissible, I would like Tim DiMonde to follow me with the following another statement.
Thank you.
He's on the roster. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Okay. Tim DeMondi, please state your name and address for the record, sir.
Tim DeMondi, 111 Princeton Road. Today, as we live in a community where we got the largest refinery on the East Coast, we're asking for a town hall type meeting so we can address our questions and concerns as to how Linden and Union County really are prepared to handle a hazardous spill. We all witnessed what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, and how poorly it was handled, along with the string of additional derailments in several other states. We would like to enact our right to know by having our concerns addressed in a formal setting with EPA representatives and skilled first responders present in order to explain their protocol if such an occurrence should happen. In addition, if Linden is not responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of these tracks and the assurance that all tanker cars are following mandated Federal Railroad Commission and administration guidelines, we would also like representatives of the companies who are responsible for these requirements present. Once again, we're aggravating for all Linden residents, as we should be aware of how such an incident would be handled by first responders and the preventative measures that are in place in order to help avoid such a disastrous occurrence in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Next, we have, thank you for your comment, John Kazar. Please state your name and address again for the record.
I feel like we need theme music now walking up here. John Kaiser, 23 West Munsell Avenue. Good info, thank you on that. You know, I found something on Facebook over the weekend about a class action lawsuit. They reminded me about it, about the Cosmed plant. I don't know, does anybody know about this? No? You should look into that. A class action lawsuit about the nut factory or whatever, releasing that ethylene oxide. Anyway, so I just came from Linden High School. They had a really nice program, Drug Trends, Laws, and Treatment. What was it, McPhail, is that his name? Officer McPhail was there representing the Linden Police, a bunch of prevention links. The Ray Lesniak Recovery High School was really good. I liked it. There were a few kids there with their parents, and just know that if you were there with your parent, they really love you. Congratulations to LHS basketball. Again, I've been to a game or two in my life, and another successful season. I just want to treat every day like a Linden basketball game. When we're there, nobody cares about politics and all that. We're all there getting along and rooting the team on. I took a few months off, obviously, and I had an epiphany in that time off, and my epiphany was that my energy just does not mesh with the political scene. The truth does not bode well with politics. I'm just way too real. Me, one of the mayor's other favorite persons, Wally, we're just way too real. And then there's, fake and fraudulent. And the fake and the fraudulent, they have pockets of being able to be real, but for the most part, they're fake and they're fraudulent. The real never can be fake and fraudulent. A very famous Lindenite just posted this on Facebook recently. A politician has absolutely no use for a free thinker, #think about it. He nailed it right there. I just want it on the record and a reminder that I am still illegally blocked from the Derek Armstead Mayor of Facebook page. If Antonelli was here, I would let him know illegally, but he probably wouldn't care, to quote my father's favorite saying, because he's under the pump. Somebody recently said to you, the mayor hates you? I said, the mayor hates me? Why would he hate me? That's such a strong word. I said, maybe he hates that I hold him accountable. You know, sometimes you have to press these people outside of their comfort zone, outside of their protective bubble, which is the council meetings and which is Facebook. And you have to ask hard questions. And what's Wally say? When he stutters, he's lying. And I have to thank the mayor, though, about something, because he recently did the same thing. He's validated everything I do here. He recently pressed the governor about what he was talking about with the raising the taxes, health, and he pressed him on live TV. And what'd the governor do? He did what the mayor does to me, block bans and deletes them. He hung the phone up. And the mayor went onto the Linden webpage and he wrote this long letter and says the mayor challenged the governor. So, Mr. Mayor, I just want you to remember how you felt by being blocked, banned, and deleted by the governor, because that's how you make not 10, not 20, but hundreds of Linden residents feel. I'm just going to leave you with a quote, 2 seconds. I'm just going to leave you with a quote from the quintessential wordsmith of the modern era, Mr. Marshall Mathers. Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I kick it with them a minute. You see, they call me a menace, and if the shoe fits, I'll wear it, but if it don't, then y'all will swallow the truth, grin, and bear it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, could we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
I'd like to make a motion to close the public comment. May I ask for a second?
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. We had nobody else signed up for public comment.
Can I suspend the vote?
We already closed the public comment.
I didn't
You
know,
have to
maybe
sign
not.
the sheet.
No? Can I do a follow-up question or comment?
No, we don't have that. Okay.
We
We already
just-
closed the public
we closed
portion
it.
of the meeting. Okay. Okay, comments from members of the council? Anyone on the dais wish to speak? Yes.
Yes,
Councilwoman
I want to
Marble?
congratulate the police officers on their promotions. I have the privilege to work with Captain Sanchez on the IT committee, and I'm very happy that he got the promotion. He's approachable, he's respectable, and he deserves it. And I also want to basically congratulate the fire captain, Kevin Schaffner.
Schulhafer.
Schulhafer.
They can't hear you, Councilwoman.
Oh, they can't hear me. I just said I wanted to congratulate the fire captain that just got promoted, and I also wanted to say congratulations on your marriage, Councilman Roman. And you'll soon find out what it is to be a parent.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Mohammed?
In congratulating Lieutenant Robert Sanchez to police captain and an outstanding man, and also Sergeant Rivera to police lieutenant. This is a great thing, and we should all applaud law enforcement in this country. We should applaud the district attorneys in this country. They've done a phenomenal job, and we should stand behind the Constitution of these United States as the foundation of civilization. As the world creeps towards fascism and other types of things, I'm happy to say I am grateful to be a citizen of the United States of America, and law and order is the must of the day. Let's respect the law and order, and let's make it the standard for life in America.
Okay, Councilman Javik, go ahead, please.
Yes, Council President, I just want to congratulate all the promotions that took place tonight, and also to all our new retirees.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Councilman Blaine?
I forgot to mention earlier, it was mentioned, but I want to mention the home improvement program. It's a one-time grant for seniors to fix your home up, to do some renovations. If you qualify for this program, it's $10,000 free. Please take this number and just inquire, 732-507-2004. Once again, it's a one-time grant to fix your home up. For all the seniors that qualify, it is free. So the number again is 732-507-2004. And congratulations, John Roman, in your marriage. Best of luck to you.
Okay. Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. I appreciate everyone's thanks and Mr. Strano's condolences next to me. I want to congratulate our firefighters. The Turons and the Schulhafers are two names that I have had the honor of growing up with throughout the years in the firefighters, besides them being firefighters. Also, I want to congratulate Joe Rivera, who I've known for decades at this point, who's I've known for decades, Mr. Sanchez, Captain Sanchez, who I've worked with as well, and also John Condor, who is a great sixth warder growing up on Wood Lawn. Your parents would be proud, brother. I also want to just express to the people, we closed the Robert's Rules doesn't allow us to open that back up, so we apologize. The names weren't on the list. Sorry, Craig, but I'll stay after if you want to talk to me for anything regarding what you wanted to say. And last but not least, absolutely not least, our former Board of Education member, Dawn Beviano, who's also a stalwart in our library. She really loves that library. She's fallen ill, and she can use a lot of prayers tonight. So we all have worked with Dawn. We all know Dawn a long time, and prayers to her and her family tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Okay, I wanted to make mention also, it was brought up about the trains and the refinery. Councilman Strano and I have sat on the community advisory panel with the refinery. We have many city officials, our fire department, our police department. We meet quarterly at the refinery, discuss issues like this. And safety is not something we take lightly in Linden. There's a lot of information given out at these meetings. You know, they do not want any incidents, so they take the safety of our residents very seriously, and that's why they have this community advisory panel. I don't know if Councilman Stratton, you want to add anything to this?
Well, I've been on that advisory panel since the inception of the, since it was developed, and that was, that was a way long time ago when right to know laws came into play, and Councilman Crane at the time and I were both the original members of it, and we asked those hard questions that the people are asking, and you know, sometimes they squirm in their seats. We're not there as cheerleaders. We're definitely there looking out for the residents, and what they're trying to do is take down that cloak, I should say invisible cloak, that there's a fence around the refinery and, you know, nothing should go in and nothing should come out. They're trying to be transparent with the populace, and there are safeguards and communication in place with our fire department and our police department. And if anybody really wants to dive into it, they just pick up the phone and ask somebody in the police department or OEM or the fire department, and they'll get that information that they're looking for. Everybody would be easily, I shouldn't say easily, but clearly communicated with in the event of an emergency. That is not something that's been, shoved under the carpet. That is something that's out there and it's real.
Okay, the Community Advisory Panel, as it's called, or the CAP, consists of Elizabeth, Linden, Rawway, Staten Island. So they have representatives from all these communities who meet. So Councilman Stratton and I will go back to the CAP and share your concerns with them, and I'm sure they will probably set up a meeting of some type to address it. Okay? All right. That concludes our comments from the governing body, unless Mayor, you have anything? Okay. The next council meetings will be as follows. Conference meeting Monday, April 17th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, April 18th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. Council meeting Tuesday, April 18th at 7 p.m. in the council chamber, City Hall. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
I have all the motion, yes. Council President, I offer a motion that we adjourn. Ask for a second.
Ormond?
Second.
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Flame? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Have a good evening, everyone.